Hi, welcome to Start Studies course, Sushmita again. Now, those who have subscribed my videos, thanks a lot for your subscription. Any new video will be notified via email, I think so. Now, I know some are non-subscribers, but they are watching my video throughout the time. So it's a huge request from my side. Please do subscribe my videos, otherwise it will get out of the frame and you cannot watch my video. I cannot help you. So please, it is a sincere request to subscribe my videos, like my videos and share with your friends. So let's get started for today's episode. Today we are going to learn about equations of motion, because we already finished accelerated motion, the graphs related to it. Now today I am going to think that we are considering two things here. One is the body is in uniformly accelerated motion, as well as it is moving along a straight line. So first of all, we will do the equation of motion. As we already know about acceleration, we will think that let a body start from let it be O, origin, and the time was 0 here. Now the body started moving and it reached A at t equals to t1 time. Now after some interval of it again started moving and reached at B at t equals to t2 seconds. Okay. Now as we know these things, we can calculate the distance traveled from O to A as well as O to B in the given time duration. Now we can say OA is x1, isn't it? And we can also say that O to B is x2, the total one. So if we are taking the velocity time relation, the acceleration will be, this is equals to change in velocity delta v divided by delta t, change in time, isn't it? And if I am writing that delta v is velocity v2 minus v1, if any change in velocity in this time period from when it is starting from O to A, then A to B, then v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. If I cross multiply the t2 minus t1 thing with A, it would be A into t2 minus t1 seconds equals to v2 minus v1. So this is basically the equation we want. What is that? The equation will be v2 equals to v1 plus A t2 minus t1. I simply moved this v1 to the other side. That's it. And you must be thinking why I am not giving the vector signs to velocity. I also dropped the vector sign of acceleration because here we are only concerned about the magnitude. As we know, the velocity and acceleration is happening in the straight line only. Now if this is the equation, let's say that when I should show you the this picture is also necessary, as when it was the origin O, there the velocity I can take it as so there are some consideration I am giving here. When x equals to at origin at O, okay, x equals to 0, that means the object did not travel at all, so it is at rest, and time taken was also 0, and the velocity is initial velocity taken as u. Okay. Similarly, if at A, I am considering at B, here the total displacement is x and time is t. The total time taken 0 to t2 is total time taken. It can be taken as simply t, and v is the final velocity v. So putting the value accordingly, that what I am getting. Now I can, at B, I can write it as x2 equals to x, t2 equals to t, v2 equals to v. Here also I can write x1 is 0, t1 is 0, v1 is u. So if I am putting all these in equation, it is coming as v equals to u plus a, t2 is of course t, and t1 is 0. So it is basically v equals to u plus a t. This is the required equation. We know this is the equation. Velocity, we derived it from the velocity time relation. Acceleration, we found out the change in velocity, which gave us this equation of motion, which is v equals to u plus at, or in some terms you can write it as v final equals to v initial plus at. Now this is another version of the same equation. In some curriculums they refer to it as final and initial velocity. Now if you know the time and final initial velocity, you can find out the A, which is basically Vf minus Vi divided by T. Okay, now this is another equation, A1A I'll be writing this as. So it is very helpful if you know the final velocity, initial velocity, time taken, total time taken, you can find out the acceleration. Of course, the direction you have to mention afterwards. Remember, the acceleration will always be in kilometer per hour square or meter per second square, according to the question given. Then we will move on to the position time, which is very important for the second one. Now, if we are taking the position time relation, we can simply say what is the velocity. Velocity will be the, that would be average velocity, and I can say it as simply V average, because we know there is a initial velocity U, there is a final velocity V, and the body traveled from O to B, and in midway it also stopped at A. So there is a relative, like the velocity is being variable. So we should take an average velocity here. So what is V average? V average will be the displacement, which is x2 minus x1 divided by t2 minus t1. Okay, now you must be thinking, okay, if it is so, then if I cross multiply this t2 minus t1 in the other side, it would give me x2 minus x1 equals to V average whole into T2 minus T1, which is the difference in time. So if I am doing that, now I can say the V average, I can put it as the initial velocity plus final velocity by 2, or just remember this is the same version of U and V. So I can erase it and I can write it simply as U plus V. So do not get confused, as we already know that we already derived it, that when we are taking V average, if we know the final as well as the initial velocity, we can find out the average velocity. So for your reference also I am putting the formula here. If I know what is the initial velocity is U, the final velocity is V, so I can basically find out the variable velocity, the average one, which is the sum of the two velocities divided by 2. This is the basic formula we know, and we are putting this formula here directly. Now after putting this formula, I have to multiply it by T2 minus T1, isn't it? So if I'm doing that, I have to somehow simplify it. That would lead me x2 equals to x1 plus, it is a whole lot. So this whole lot, when you solve, okay, I'm going to solve it in front of you only, so that you also do not get, that diversion should not come here. Now what I'm doing here is, now let's refer that this x1 is starting from here, the origin, x1 is 0 at 0 and x2 is basically x, as we also solved it before. So that would give us this is the displacement, isn't it? The straight line traveled the shortest path. So this would give me simply x, and I can write it as s only. Now this one I have to solve. T2 is basically the time taken, and T1 can be 0 because I am traveling from origin towards B. So T1 can be 0. So I can simply T2 minus T1 can be the difference can simply be T. Okay. Now for initial plus final velocity divided by 2, we solved it together in the previous equation also. And this is going to lead us ut plus half at square. How so? Because this one I can solve it from here, where I have shown you basically V2 equals to V1 plus a T2 minus T1, and when I am taking this as T, simply it would be V2 equals to V1 plus AT. So I can put the same equation over here. I can get it as UT plus half AT square. So this is the displacement equation from position time 1. This is the second one we got. Now we should move on to the position velocity relation, from where I'll be able to give you V square minus U square equals to 2as. So let's do that again. I'll be changing the color for our reference. So this is the position velocity relation. And we derived many formulas from here. Now for the second equation, just remember, when you have given initial velocity, time has been given, acceleration has been given, you can derive the distance traveled for that particular object in a straight line, of course. These are all derived for straight lines. Now in position velocity relation, we have T2 minus T1 equals to V2 minus V1 by A. This was the first equation we derived, isn't it? Now we need to put it in x2 minus x1 equals to V2 plus V1 by 2 into, in place of T2 minus T1, I am going to put here T2 minus T1, I am going to put V2 minus V1 by A. So that is pretty easy. So I am just putting it there. Then we are going to solve it. No, I am bringing 1 by 2A outside. V2 plus V1. V2 minus V1. Now this formula sounds very familiar, which is basically A plus B whole into A minus B. So that would give me 1 by 2A into V square minus V1 square, isn't it? And I already referred to it as, because I can take V1 as initial one, V2 as simply final velocity, and x2 minus x1 I can take it as starting from origin. If it is, this would give us simply s. So it can be, when I multiply 2a there, cross multiply, it would be 2as equals to V square simply minus U square, or I can write it as 2as plus U square equals to V square. This is third equation we derived from position velocity relation. Now in some curriculums it is being written as 2AD plus VI square equals to Vf square. Now this is the same thing, this is just the same thing written in different format. And another formula which is subsidiary to it, which is Vf square minus Vi square divided by 2a equals to the distance. So you should be remembering this formula is just coming from this equation of motion, so no need to be panic. Okay, so you can also derive it if you know the initial velocity, final velocity, you know the acceleration, then you can find out, of course, the distance traveled. So at the same time, if you know the average velocity, which is basically Vf plus V initial divided by 2, if you know this one also, you can derive this formula. Just think how. If you don't figure out how to do it, please write me in the comment section so that we can do it together. So I'll move to another important equation of this one, which is of course the part of it, but we do not discuss it much, but it should be taken like a given importance. So that would be the fourth one, and that's why I'm making it red color. It's red, code red. So now distance traveled in nth second. That would be pretty important, as we are studying in class 11th, so we should be knowing it. So distance traveled in nth second. What is nth second of a uniformly accelerated motion in a straight line? Now we know what is u, it is initial velocity. We know what is v, that is final velocity. We know it is acceleration and uniform acceleration as well. Now let's say Sn and Sn minus 1. That means if I am taking n as 20, Sn would be S20 and Sn minus 1 would be S19. Okay, now you can see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the exact that moment when the displacement happened, the acceleration happened, and we are talking about the instant thing. Okay, so it can be anything. So basically this is the distance traveled in that particular 1 second, dn. Okay, so dn is equals to Sn minus Sn minus 1. This is the formula you should be worried about. When the n is been given, you can put the formula and find out the distance. Now how to find it out? Now we know S equals to ut plus half at square. That we already know. When the initial velocity is known, time is known, acceleration is known, we can calculate the distance or displacement traveled. We know that. Now let's say distance traveled in nth second. That would be Sn. Sn would be un, the t would be n now, plus half a n square. Isn't it? Now if that is so, this is the first equation, we should be worried. This is Sn, that means this was always calculated for the whole lot of time. That's why when we are making it an nth second appearance, it would be number 1. Now what would be Sn minus 1? Sn minus 1 would be u into n minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 whole square, isn't it? Just put it like that. Just write it down. Now, if I am doing the dn thing now, this one. So what it would be? Now it would be like this. dn equals to Sn minus n minus 1, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to subtract this from this, 2 from the first equation. So I'm gonna write the same thing. Un plus half a n square minus un minus 1 with a bracket on minus half a whole into n minus 1 whole square. Now you need to solve it, because it is very important that you solve it. I'm not going to solve it because I already solved on my own in my copy. So when you solve it, you come to know that it would be u plus an minus a by 2. It would come to that. So I can simply write u plus a n minus half. Or this is 1. Distance traveled in nth second. This is one equation. Or I can write dn equals to u plus a by 2 to n minus 1. This is all the same. Both are same. So I am writing it as 4a. So these two are very important because we are calculating the displacement in nth second, which I have shown you if it is 20 or 20 and 19. 20 and 21. So that particular second the displacement happened like this. If you know the initial velocity, you know the acceleration, and you know which time, the fraction of time. So I'll be solving some numericals on this. I hope you enjoyed my video. If so, please do like my videos as well as share with your friends. Do not skip the video till the end. Watch till the end, and do subscribe. All the non-subscribers, please do subscribe, otherwise I'll be just kicked out of the video. I don't want that. I hope you don't want that too. Take care. Have a good day.